Hello and welcome to Blossom Sandwich Sews. My name is Yvette and today I'm going to be showing you all of the fabrics that I've bought this year. So I haven't been around very much on YouTube recently because I've just been super busy at work and I haven't had time or energy to film any videos, but I'm back and hopefully I'll be able to bring you a few more videos. I've had a few new subscribers in the time when I haven't been putting out new videos, which is really nice, so welcome to the Blossom Sandwich channel if you're new here, and as always, if you click on the notification bell you will be alerted of when I have a new video, because yeah, my weekly video schedule has gone very much out the window at the moment, and I'm just filming whenever I get round to it. So I thought I would just jump back in by showing you a fabric haul of everything I've bought since January, and yeah, hopefully you will enjoy that because we all love fabric here. So the first one is this really fun print. So I was never really into Lilac, but since the Cut One Pair and Pigeon Wishes collab, I've got quite invested in the idea of Lilac Lovers Club and quite like the idea of lilac, so it's working its way into its wardrobe more. So this is a dead stock cotton twill that I bought from Pigeon Wishes. So Pigeon Wishes is a fabric wholesaler, but they also sell some fabric on their own website as well if they have like smaller amounts of it. So it's got this lilac background and then it's got these super fun little blob characters all over it. So I bought 2.5 meters of this, so I was thinking of making some dungarees, so potentially the Heyday dungarees is what I was thinking. There is also a new dungarees pattern by Tilly and the Buttons. The name of it has gone from my brain, but I will put in what it's called. And my sewing buddy Georgie has made a pair of the new Tilly dungarees with this same fabric, which has motivated me even more to sew this up into a pair of dungarees, because I feel like it's very toddler chic, and so you just got to lean into it with the dungarees, haven't you? Also, I know that What Vicky Made has this fabric, and she is thinking of making an Anthea dress, and she's done a sketch for that, so that's a cute idea for this fabric as well. I actually went into the high street recently and saw that they have this fabric in H&M. So that's what this fabric was originally used for, like a children's range in H&M. So I'll try and put in some pictures of the actual garments made up, because it's always so fun to like recognise a fabric on the high street and be like, oh, that's what it was originally designed for. And so that's the first one. So yeah, I feel like it's not going to be to everyone's taste because it's pretty crazy, but I think it's really fun. And then the next one is one that I got as part of the Hey Sew Sister winter sewing box. So it's a they do 4 boxes a year, like one for each of the seasons, and you sign up in advance for the box and they give you a pattern and the fabric and then all the like notions that you need to make the project in the box, but you don't know what it's going to be beforehand. And I'm not a sort of person that likes surprises, so I didn't sign up for it. But then when everyone gets their box, Georgie, who runs Hey Sew Sister, will share like a reveal of what was in the box. And then I was really gutted that I'd missed out, because it was this fabric, which is like a dark green with like a black squiggle on, which I thought was really cool. And it's a kind of fleece back jersey, but it's not too thick of a one, so I think you'd get wear out of it like in the spring and autumn as well. And the pattern was the Page hoodie, which is not a pattern that I have, but I feel like it's had a sort of surge in popularity, the Page hoodie, recently, because there was a sew along for it that I think a lot of people joined in. So yeah, then there was a few boxes, like there was one spare box that was available after it was announced like what was in it, and I was like, oh, okay, I need to get this. but then it sold out like straight away, and I was like, oh no, like I should have just signed up for it beforehand. But then there was like another box, like a smaller box, that didn't have everything in, so it didn't have like the thing to make the eyelet holes, but there is an alternate method just to make normal buttonholes, and the length of fabric that you get was a bit shorter, but luckily it's just enough to make my size. So yeah, managed to snap this up, which I was really pleased about, and I have now signed up for the spring box, which is shipping soon, I believe, so that will be really exciting to see what's in that and see the new fabric. And then the summer box I feel I'll be tempted for as well, because I feel like spring and summer is much more my vibe. Like I was a bit nervous about the like winter autumn boxes, because like I like things like brightly coloured and like florals and stuff, and so then I wasn't sure if it was going to be, I don't know, a coat that I could be bothered to make, or something brown, or like just something that was not me, which is sort of the risk of signing up for a box. And like I know this isn't brightly coloured, but I do quite like green, so yeah, I just thought it was really nice, and the squiggle I thought was quite different, so it really appealed to me. So that's the next one, and I am going to make the page hoodie with it from the kit, so hopefully that won't be too long of a sew. I'd quite like to make it before I go on holiday, because I think it would be really comfy to like wear on the plane and at the airport and stuff, but we'll see if I get round to it in time. And then the next one is quite a recent purchase. So I am trying to be good on buying fabric this year, because I've got a lot of fabric already, and also where I've been quite busy the last few months, I haven't been sewing very much, so I can get quite stressed if I am buying a lot of fabric but then not using any, because it just gets all, you know, rammed in the cupboard, and then I feel sad about all the projects that I'm not making. So I have tried to be good, but then yeah, these fabrics that I'm showing you today are ones, you know, where you just look online and you're like, I cannot live without this fabric. Okay, I've actually dropped it on the floor. So this is the next one, and this is like pure summer, isn't it? It's like quite a contrast to the last one. But it is incredible, like fruity print. So you can see all sorts of fruits in there. That's, you know, a bit of watermelon, there's some lemons, some berries, a bit of orange, like all the fruits is in there. Bit of lilac for my new lilac hype that I'm on. So yeah, I just really loved all the colours and like how bright and bold it was. And this is a smooth viscose, 100% viscose, so it's quite nice and drapey. And I got this from System Intaka, which is a fabric shop that I just really love. So I don't think there's any more of this available, but with all the fabrics, if there is any available, I'll put a link in description. But I'll also just link you to the shops as well, because the shops always have, you know, really lovely different stuff. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to make with this yet. I've got 3 meters of it, and I'll probably make some big kind of tenty dress to float about in the summer. And I feel like I'm just going to want to be, I don't know, drinking cocktails out of a pineapple for the whole summer wearing this. So hopefully we do get some good weather this year. We've had a little bit of sunshine already, just in March, so that's got my hype going for the summer. And also I have shared over on my Instagram that I will be running the fruity themed sewing challenge again this year. So I ran it last year in April, and it was called Fruit Salad Sewing, but I've decided to simplify the hashtag to SewFruity22, and then that gives scope to do it in the future years if it's successful. So I'll probably sew up this fabric for the fruit challenge, which I'm hosting in June this year. So yeah, I'll do another video about that nearer the time, but yeah, that's just a heads up, and there's a little post about it on my Instagram. But if you follow me on Instagram, that's probably the best way to get information about it. The challenge will be hosted on Instagram as well, if you did want to dig out your own fruity fabrics and join in. And then the next fabric is another colourful one that I just could not resist. and it is this, and I've seen this all over Instagram. Just quite a lot of creators in all different parts of the world as well, and I just really love the combination of colours. So here comes the lilac back again. It's a bit of a theme in what I'm after this year. Also, I've got more into like warmer tones as well, because I was very much like into wearing blues and stuff. So yeah, bits of like orange and like goldeny yellow as well. I just thought it was a really gorgeous colour combo. And this is a linen and cotton mix, so I think it will be perfect for the summer. And if you look closer, that it's like a woven, like yarn dyed fabric with like a check within the bigger checks in like kind of a contrasting colour, which I think is really cool. I've like literally just pre-washed it, just off the line, so it is creased, but I'm not going to apologise about the creasedness, because there's no point me ironing it and then just throwing it in a heap on the floor after this video. Yeah, I will fold it and put it in my stash, but I'm thinking of making another big tenty dress, because that is my summer vibes. But I'm thinking potentially a Helen's Closet March dress, because Helen's Closet feature one of their existing patterns every month, and they share a lot of inspiration about what you can do with that pattern and different hacks and all sorts. So I found, like, I think Helen in general was very inspiring, but the March one, I was just like, I really need the March now, because like every post was just absolute perfection. And there's because of the March pattern has got like a sort of front yoke, so there are lots of cool kind of hacks that people have done. There's a Sam at Purple Sewing Cloud did a kind of quilted like patchwork section on the front bodice, which was really cute, or just like playing with the directions. So I've seen people do like stripes going one way or the other way, or like a on the bias for that bit. So I'll have a think about what I could do with this to like mix it up a bit. But yeah, I think that could be a cool option of the March dress. So I haven't actually got the March pattern yet, but I think I will have to get it while it's still on sale this month. And then this was from Simply Fabrics Brixton, which is a shop that I haven't bought from before, but they do often have quite unique fabrics in stock, and yeah, quite cool ones. And also they have a mannequin, like a posable mannequin with hands, that they use to display some of their fabrics, and they clearly have like a lot of fun with this mannequin, because it's always sort of doing something entertaining. Sometimes they have it, you know, with the fabric on the mannequin's head, and then it's holding some more fabric, and it's I don't know, it just tickles me. I think that's good. I like to see people having fun at their job. So that was from Simply Fabrics. Why is that a struggle for me to say? Simply Fabrics Brixton. So I'd recommend them. Really pleased with the quality of this fabric. And then while I was shopping at Simply Fabrics, I got another fabric. So interestingly, it's a sort of similar colour scheme with like the oranges and the lilacs, but a much more muted tones. So I'll hold this one up so you can see it a bit better. But it's like a floral, because I'm a bit obsessed with florals. And then the centres of the flowers are kind of a dark green, and then it's got like a sort of purpley background. But the cool thing about this one is the texture of the fabric. So on Simply Fabrics, they call it a bubble cotton. So I feel like that's quite unusual. You don't normally see that. So I thought that would be, that would make something really cool. And I quite like the scale of it as well. Like the print is not like too big, but it's also not like ditzy. So I think it's quite bold. And the fabric itself is quite, like, it's not see-through, but it's very light. It's sort of like the weight of cotton lawn, but then with this added texture. So what I'm thinking of doing with this is a, like the Friday Pattern Company sagebrush top, but then hacked into a dress. I think that will just be so like floaty in this fabric, and the texture will just add an interesting detail. And then the last one is from Rainbow Fabrics, and so on Rainbow Fabrics they mostly sell dead stock fabric, and they on Instagram they took a trip to, well, in real life they took a trip to Turkey, and then on Instagram they did like an Instagram live where they were at the warehouse looking for the fabrics that they wanted to buy. And then you could, like, because it was live, you could comment and be like, get this one. And I found it quite exciting. It happened during the day, so it was like a lunchtime while I was at work, and I was like glued to my phone, like, get this fabric, choose this colour. And then it was like time to get back to work, but I was just like, I want to keep watching. But yeah, I think it just was really fun to be like involved in that part of the process. And they were like, oh yeah, we'll put these fabrics out when they arrive in the UK and we get them all sorted out. So I was sort of waiting for those to come, because there were a few that I had spotted during the live that I was like, that's a really cool fabric. But I was good, and I only bought one. Annoyingly, there was Rainbow Fabrics had gifted fabric to a lot of different people that I follow on Instagram, and they all had a code for like 20% off. But I got so keen to order the fabric that I forgot to use like any of the codes. So I was like, oh no. But at least I only bought one fabric, so it wasn't disastrous. And Rainbow Fabrics are always very reasonably priced anyway. I think this was something like £7 a metre or something. So this is a viscose challis in a kind of dark purple background. They called it aubergine on the website. So it's got this cute kind of spaced out ditzy floral, but then wait for it, bam, look at this border print. So this was one that really caught my eye on the live. I don't know if you can see that because I now can't see anything, but it's got really lovely lilac again, which is my new obsession clearly, but also these like pops of yellow, which I think really lifts it, and some white as well. So I just thought that was really cute. And I even like some fabrics, it's hard to see what they're like on the bolt, but this one with the border print, even when you could only see a little bit of it, I was like, wow, that's really cool, I want this. And it was one of the ones where the Rainbow Fabrics boys were like, oh yeah, not sure about this, I don't know if people like border prints because they don't know what to make with them. But everyone in the comments luckily was harassing them like, we need the border prints. So yeah, I was pleased they got that, and I'd been on the lookout for that one coming on the website. And also I like that it's only got the border at one end of the fabric, because it means that you're like, if you want to do something with just the border on the hem or something, you don't have to then cut around all the border upstairs, up at the top of the fabric. And this ditzy is cute as well, that kind of fades in. Anyway, you can see the fabric, you know that it looks cool. So my thoughts for this are to make some like palazzo pants, like some lightweight, wide-legged trousers, with this at the bottom, obviously. So I just need to decide on a pattern, basically. So I did used to have this ready-to-wear pair of trousers with a border print, and they were kind of navy as well. I'll try and put in a picture, but I don't actually have a good picture of said trousers apparently. But I wore them a lot because they were really comfy. They were like elastic at the back. So they're going to be elastic one way or the other, going to be comfy and floaty. But I need to decide whether to do something like the sapphire trousers and try and make them like full length, like the ones that I had in the past, or whether to make them cropped, because I feel like the crop is quite on trend at the moment. And also one of my other options is the Winslow culottes, and I do have one pair of like full length to the floor Winslows, and I really love them, and they're very comfortable and very beautiful, and I get a lot of compliments on them, but they are a bit of a trip hazard because where they're so wide at the hem, if you walk forwards confidently in a straight line, great, but if you sort of, I don't know, step to the side and then step a foot, the fabric sort of swishes in the way of your other foot, and then I just feel like I'm tripping myself up all the time. I feel like that was probably not a very understandable description of why they tripped me up. But they're also quite difficult to walk upstairs in a similar way that a maxi dress is, like, because when you lift your foot comes like up into the hem of your long billowy trousers. So long story short, I'd probably do cropped versions if I was going to do the Winslows, and I think Winslow is kind of a good shout as well because it will be a nice wide hem to show off a lot of the border. But yeah, let me know what you think would be good to make from this border print fabric, or if you've got other ideas what you would make with it. So yeah, anyway, these are all my recent fabric purchases, which now that I have them all, I thought I'd been quite good, but now that I hold them like this, I feel like maybe it was a bit extravagant, but hopefully I will get to sew at least some of these up this year or soon. And I will share with you what I make with them. So thank you for joining me for this video, and thanks for sticking with me while I've been AWOL on this channel. Yeah, I try and keep up with posting on Instagram a little more regularly than on YouTube, so if you don't follow me on Instagram and you are missing me whilst I'm not making videos, I will be on Instagram, which is just @blossomsandwich. And yeah, I will be back soon, hopefully with another video. See you around.